Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to start by giving all glory and honor and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I'm the brother Ahmawan from down in Tampa Bay, Florida, from the camp province of Babylon. Come one another quick kid through this meeting, pray BAHASHAM al-Shai. Blow in to edify and feed the sheep. That bonnet said I was an apostle, great millstone, teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who pushing this work in true sincerity to the scattered abroad. Now, I want to go into a little lesson, just some exhortation. It was just on my mind, because me and a brother, yesterday, man, we was chopping it up. Beloved brother, Ahmawan, man, we was chopping it up. And pretty much we was just, talking about how, our life within this walk in this truth. And how we pretty much have like a double life, because, when we go into the world, all right, when we're amongst these people, we have to carry ourselves a certain way, all right, compared to, you're more relaxed with the brothers, you're more, you fellowship with the brothers, man, but when you're around these people, your guard's up, and that's every time, but your guard's up, you're being vigilant, and you just being aware of the spirits and the demons that's around you, and we were just talking about how that can just be all of a mind thing, because, hey, without these scriptures, we'll be pretty much, going through a lot. And we was just saying, like, how when brothers be going through things, man, how if it weren't for the Lord, like how we would just be messed up in the mind, and how we would be pretty much just, going through it. And we was like how the prophets back then, man, how they was pretty much going through it, how they dealt with mental things as well, afflictions in that form, man. And it was a beautiful conversation, but it brought me to the comforting of the scriptures. That's what the topic was going to go into, man. The comforting of the scriptures. It's like a little tongue twister there. But we're going to grab a couple scriptures and bring it out, man. Lord willing, you are edified and exhorted. Let me grab this right here. This is a book of Psalms chapter 91. Matter of fact, no, let me grab this. This is the book of Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience, which is that suffering, and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope." Right, man? Because, brothers wake up, brothers dealing with certain infirmities, dealing with certain illnesses. Certain brothers don't have certain members of their body, or certain members of the body is not able to function properly. Some brothers dealing with mental things, physical things, wherever the case might be. What helps us do that? Yahawah BAHASHAM al-Shai, man. And the Lord has given us, He has given us these scriptures to comfort us, man. That volume of the Lord comes in the whole book, man. The volume of the whole book, right? There's no other way out of this hellhole but through Yahawah BAHASHAM al-Shai. Like I said, the Lord said He's the way, He's the truth, and the life. Rough paraphrasing. Okay, so there ain't no other way to getting out of this condition of this hell that we in, man, but through Yahawah BAHASHAM al-Shai. And that comforts us. When you dealing with certain demons, all right, throughout your day, wicked thoughts come to your mind, you fighting that, man. And then scripture comes to mind. It's like a counterpart, all right, a counter to like a punch. Like when you use the terms of boxing, the scriptures pop in your mind. You got a wicked demon that might try to intervene while you meditating on the scriptures, and it might say something ill, some may say something sick, something weird, something foul, and you have it where you have a scripture pop up, You know, one of, for example, is James chapter 4, verse 7. You know, submit yourself, all right, yourselves to YAHAWASHI, resist the devil, and he shall flee from you. That's a counterpart, all right, that's a counter, okay, to what? These demons, man. Okay, because you got your shields up, got your, you know, our faith, you know, and our spirits with these scriptures intertwining with each other to where it's hard. It's making it hard for these demons to get at us, man. And that's through the spirit and prayer of BAHASHAM, man. You know, you have things that were written before time, the scriptures, all right, the men before us, okay, that went through these infirmities, that went through these certain things, that given us the hope, just like the Lord was there for them, you know. And these scriptures are here to help us to maintain throughout the troubling times that we're, you know, working towards of being, you know, tried in, man. Okay, which is a beautiful thing. Let me grab this. And it's not gonna be too long, you know, just some exhortation through the spirit, man. It's 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It says, for YAHAWASHI have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. You know, of power. And we serve YAHAWASHI, man. That's our power. You see, it's a blessing to have these things as spiritual. You know, it's like having spiritual powers already, in a way, by having this heavenly knowledge, man. You know, not everyone has that. Only the ones that the Lord has handpicked, all right, to receive it. You know, to walk around amongst these people and actually know what's to come, what's about to happen. To know that there is a way, you know, out of this. This ain't lasting forever. You know? But it says, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. When you think about a sound mind, when you think of the scriptures, man, you know, it keeps you comforted. It keeps you what's the word I'm looking for? Stable. Okay, in the mental, man. It keeps you stable. Because when you think about the scriptures, you're not really thinking about nothing else. You know, demons try to put some other thoughts in your head, but you're not really there, because you're meditating on the kingdom. You're meditating and focusing on, you know, what's the things to come throughout the sufferings, throughout the pain, all right, throughout the afflictions, you know. But as we know, you know, all these things are going to have a great reward from going through these things, man. You know, you find yourself in a predicament where you're low at certain areas. You might not be as strong and heavy in certain subjects when it comes to this, you know, when it comes to your walk. But you have other situations where you might be a little stronger in, man. You know, we utilize those things to the best of our ability, you know, so that we can receive all those rewards to be able to fight against these demons, the things that we deal with each and every day. You might find yourself being the best at one thing, man. You know, be the best at that one thing, and then the Lord will multiply those things, man. The Lord gives the increase. You see? Let me grab this. You know, pertaining to that sound mind. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge. See, this wisdom and knowledge. You know, this wisdom and knowledge will keep us in the spirit, man. For lack of better words, will keep us, you know, strong. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation." It says, strength of salvation. You see, it's strengthening us. You know, it's strengthening us, man. We're fighting for salvation. We're fighting for deliverance. We're fighting for to get the hell up out of here, man. You know, that's something that's not gonna ever leave our minds, especially if you know, focusing on what's the goal, because that's the main mission. It says, the fear of the Lord YAHAWASHI is his treasure. And we all fear, man. We fear the fact that we knowing that, hey, we serve a power that is not to play with, man. Lord is taking out people left and right. Lord's judgment goes out every morning. But because we serve YAHAWASHI, like the scripture says, if YAHAWASHI be for us, who shall be against us, man? Roughly paraphrasing. So when you think about that, nothing can come against you, all right? And that's comforting, because our power is in control of everything. Everything you're dealing with, everything you're fighting, the Lord is in control. You see? The Lord is in control, and that's why reading that again, Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation, and the fear of the Lord YAHAWASHI his treasure. That stability from these scriptures, which is wisdom, understanding, knowledge that the Lord has, bestowed upon us, that's going to keep us, from being like these people that's going to be losing their minds in the days when things get troubling, when things get hard. We're going to be sitting there with our heads on our shoulder while everyone else got their heads off their shoulders, man. It's like a chicken running off with his head cut off, man. You see? We're going to be good. That's comforting, man. That's comforting. And that brings me to this Psalms 91. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under his shadow of the Almighty. There's wisdom, understanding, knowledge. You see? We're in a safe haven. We're in a safe spot. It says, scriptures talk about that the Lord's name is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and are safe. You see? How much more comforting can that get? How much more of knowing that you are being in a predicament, you're being put somewhere where you're safe spiritually, okay, in a physical way too as well. The Lord said if something happened, it's ultimately the Lord did it. So you're still comforted within, even in that, But even that still feels it makes you feel safe, because now you know that whatever happens ultimately was done according to the Lord's will. And if it was of his will, then it'd be of his will. Which will give you the state of mind that, the Lord has a way how he afflict his men, or chastise his men. And by that being so, he chastised the ones he loved. That's how you know the Lord's dealing with you, right? And by these things, there's no way you could not, feel comfort within them, because the Lord got you. Verse 2, it says, I will say of the Lord YAHAWASHI, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. And that's ultimately what our minds are at. Or if you're not thinking about it, you should be thinking about it. But let me see. I think I had the point. And that was just some on my mind, man, that was comforting to me. Those scriptures comforted me, breaking it out. But that was just on my spirit once again. I want to give all glory and praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Once again, that one said I was an apostle, MILLSTONE, teaching you well. Until next time I say, Shalom.